So the Providence College Archives and Special Collections, as part of Phillips Memorial Library, we have been digitizing our collections for, close to 20 years and putting them online. And so we aim to put up a variety of our materials, from student and faculty scholarship to our special collections and college history. Much of what we digitize is done by our digital projects and metadata team, and anything that we need to send out, we send out to one of our specialty vendors who specializes in particular formats or particularly tricky collections. We can't possibly digitize everything that we have in our collections. We're not a huge archive, but we do have an extensive collection. And so we have to make selections based on, sometimes it's condition, if something is too fragile or is damaged, or if it's heavily used. We get a lot of requests for it from students, researchers, etc. Sometimes it's for a particular project because there's an anniversary coming up or a large exhibit. And sometimes it's based on a format that's inaccessible unless we digitize it. And so the archives team and the digital projects team collaborate on these projects because the work kind of happens in both areas. We get together and plan what is going to be selected, the workflow of that. Sometimes they're just budget questions and funding, storage space for the digital materials, and sort of mapping out the workflow. So who on each team is working on this and the timeline for a project. Because we're doing this sort of in conjunction with all of the other responsibilities of our departments, which ultimately is to make our collections accessible, but we have to kind of plan it strategically.
Some of our most popular collections that we've digitized so far are from our Providence College history collection. We've digitized the student newspaper, the Cowl, the Veritas yearbooks, and also very popular is our Providence College sports collection. Some of the other special collections that we've digitized that are popular are the Father Doyle collection, the Inti Journal, and the Congressman John Fogerty papers.
So the Senator John O. Pastore collection is a very rich political collection in terms of the amount of information and materials covering the period of Pastore's governorship, but primarily his time in the U.S. Senate. And as we were reviewing the collection, we noticed a bit of damage and a little bit of mold to a few of the films. Because we can't digitize film on site and we use one of our vendors, we prioritize this collection because of that damage and the mold. We wanted to make sure that we got rid of that as soon as possible so it didn't spread. So we identified 130 films within his collection and digitized over half of those. There's still audio reels and some other audiovisual materials in the collection that we haven't digitized yet, but this has been a really extensive, sort of long-going project with our external vendor, and then we need to describe it to make it accessible. So we're now working on that part.
So the process really depends on the size of the collection and what condition it's in. So it can take sometimes weeks, months, or years. So the Cowl, which is our student newspaper, actually took 10 years for us to digitize. We started with the first issue in 1935, and we digitized up until 2011 when we started getting born digital copies for the archives from the Cowl editors themselves. It takes a lot to decide what we're going to digitize, and a lot of work goes into selecting, preparing, actually doing the digitization of scanning, and then also uploading to our different repositories, creating the metadata, and then making sure that everything is accessible. So we do what's called optical character recognition, or OCR, so that when you're searching online in our repositories, you'll be able to search for a word and it actually searches the scanned material. So if you were looking for something in the Cowl from 1935, you'd still be able to find it, just like you'd be able to find something that was a born digital copy from 2025. It's definitely a time investment, but we approach each project to make sure that everything is preserved for future generations to view. Much of our digital collections are online on our digital commons and through our Providence College Digital Collections website. And you can access those through the library website as well. Not everything that we've digitized is currently online. We're always adding new things. If you want to find out what's next or looking for something in particular, you can feel free to reach out to the archives, and we're happy to connect you with the collection that you're looking for. We also highlight selected items through our physical exhibits in the library and on other places around campus, and also through our social media. So we're always looking to connect our collections with the larger PC community, alumni, and people who are interested in some of the collections that we have.